Hey guys, what's up? S2 Jesse here. Okay, so I don't really have any kind of plan for this video, so I'm probably just gonna ramble a little bit. One of the things is I'm moving into a new shop with tons of space, like an actual shop. It's gonna be pretty cool. Probably gonna be getting a new machine, like a real VMC. So I'm gonna see how that goes. But I've been kind of struggling with a few things. I've been really busy with a lot of stuff with the video game work and all that kind of stuff, helping my wife with some projects. So one of the things is I'm going to start getting back into posting some more videos, but the problem is it's kind of all over the place, and I think that's okay. Basically, I'm going to be working on all kinds of different things. I know a lot of the people follow me because of some of the special effects props kind of projects. I'm getting into all kinds of other machining, prototyping, getting into knives for fun, some robotic stuff, all kinds of different cool things. So my videos are probably going to pop all over the place, and I'm not really sure how good that is for a YouTube channel, but again, I kind of started this channel just to document some of my projects, and kind of, if anyone can learn anything from that stuff, that's cool. So anyway, it's kind of be all over the place. So again, I have no real purpose for this video, other than the fact is I haven't posted one for a little while, so. And I'm going to be moving to that new shop. That's pretty cool. So I figured maybe one thing I'll do is I'll just kind of do a little video glimpse of kind of, what my current workshop is like and how small it is and how I fit everything in there and whatnot. So if that's interesting, here we go. I'll give you a little look. Here's the wide view. It's pretty small. It's just a 2-car garage, with some workbenches and some movable tables. I've got to keep this general area here clean or clear so I can pull my car in at night. Don't want to get it all messed up. So that's kind of important. So everything, I kind of designed everything around, these rolling carts. So I can basically roll everything and kind of Tetris everything together. So that's kind of the gist of it. Even, got my tooling on carts. This is my 4th axis for the mill. It's really heavy. It's on a rolling cart, which also is just kind of one of those little Harbor Freight. You can hydraulically jack it up and then lift it up to table height, and then you can slide it on and off real easy. And just other carts kind of move around, and they're not really in place. This isn't really clean right now, but everything actually slides and can fit under my workbenches and stuff. As far as equipment goes, I got some, decent stuff. Nothing crazy high end, nothing low end. Kind of like high end hobby level stuff. When I get my new shop, I'm kind of planning on upgrading my VMC. I'm actually going to keep the Tormach, but anyways, I'll get to that in a little bit. So I got the little Harbor Freight blast cabinet. Thing works fine. I sealed it up because it used to leak. I think that's a common problem. Pretty cheap. I mean, it's a cabinet. I've got the old heat treat oven for heat treating knife blades and other steel. This cart's just some kind of extra tooling and stock and aluminum stock and brass and all kinds of just different extra pieces. You guys have seen my mill if you watch the videos. It's a Tormach PCNC 1100. Thing's been so awesome. It's great for the price. It's never had a single problem. Cuts great. Could be a little faster, rapids and all that kind of stuff, but for the price, you just can't really go wrong. I've never had any problems, and any little problems I've had, Tormach's hooked me up. I've got the automatic tool changer, which is pretty awesome. You can just kind of set up projects and let them run. I also got that smart cool, which is pretty awesome too, because one of the problems with the automatic tool changer is, when you're switching tools, your coolant isn't really hitting the right spot anymore. I used to have to kind of babysit it and point the coolant at it. With that thing, it's automatic. It aims right at it. For our coolant on the mill, I was using one of these micro drop things. Again, I just kind of copied John Saunders because it looked like he knew what he was doing back in the day, and I was like, hey, it seemed to work pretty good for me. Since then, I'm also using QualiChem, and I just got kind of like a big old Rubbermaid bin and a pond pump, and that cycles up through the cool mist, which works really well. Which I'm sure most people know about, these Carve Smart jaws. If you don't use Carve Smart jaws, you need to get some. They're basically modular. You can, these are the combo ones, so if I flip those around, these are actually combo ones, I don't know if you can see, but I flip them around, they've got kind of like a notch, which, kind of like an automatic parallel. Now I've got a bunch of other ones too, so. You got the Talon grips, those work awesome. And then obviously you just have lots of soft jaws, which you just pop in and they index on that pin, and they're just worth their cost. Everyone says, oh, you can just machine your own soft jaws. Yeah, you can, but it's just way easier to do this. I also have the Tormach slant bed lathe. This thing's been pretty awesome as well. I haven't got to use it a ton. You saw a little bit of the project on the raised blaster. I've got more work lined up here in a little bit for it, which I'll be making videos of also. And then rounding out the Tormach products, I ended up getting their surface grinder too. And I just converted it to belt drive, and that makes all the difference in the world as far as like how quickly it takes down metal. So this is going to help out a lot on knife making, both with titanium and just steel. So removing scale and making sure things are super flat and precise. Other than that, just got a table saw, which I just stuck a piece of steel on top of. Just use the surface. I barely use the table saw at all. I've got tons of woodworking tools, which are all hidden away because I just don't enjoy working with wood anymore. I just did a little video here on this portaband the other day I got. This thing's awesome for a small shop. Haven't used it a ton, but it works really good. It's super sturdy, solid, fairly cheap, cuts steel like perfectly. I do have the woodworking bandsaw, which is still works really good for cutting aluminum. It rips through aluminum. Same thing with the DeWalt miter saw. It's obviously one of the most used tools for me. Is I use it to cut all kinds of stuff around the house, whatever. As long as you get carbide teeth blade, you can cut aluminum with it, and it'll just blast through aluminum. I'm probably gonna get a cold saw soon in the new shop. We got just a angle grinder, but with one of these Scotch-Brite pads. These things are awesome as well for just deburring and whatnot. We got the just cheapo drill press, works fine. One of the first metalworking tools I ever got was this cheapo Harbor Freight lathe. And actually, for the price, it comes in pretty handy when you just need to do a couple little small projects here and there. Just a bunch of lathe accessories, some measuring and metrology stuff. So this is probably one of my favorite tools. This is KMG Grinder. It's 2x72. It's 3 horsepower. This thing actually rips. This thing just cuts metal so quick. Variable speed with ceramic belts. This thing just chews metal. I don't really have too much tool storage other than just like kind of junk stuff and mills. Used to keep like sandpaper and stuff, but I got a lot of other spaces to hold that. I ended up building one of these things I saw on Out of Savage's tested page. I literally just kind of exactly copied it. I love it. He kind of makes a joke about how drawers are where tools go to die. So this is cool. This is kind of like, basically just a big heart. I know where all my tools are. When I see spots missing, I know that they're not in their place. Once I get more space, like a shop, I might be able to get more drawers and do some of that Kaizen foam and that kind of fun stuff. But for me, this is awesome. It rolls around, moves, follows me anywhere. I know where everything is. It works pretty good. I also got this one wall of cabinets, which is kind of typical tools. A bunch of DeWalt stuff, hand tools, Dremels, routers, shop towel screws, all that kind of stuff. Bunch more fun stuff in these, which don't really want to show right now. Right now I'm just using a pair of these little cheap California Air Tools compressors to run the stuff. When they're on, you can barely hear them. Actually really like them. I had one kind of die on me already, but they're like $200. So again, I got more air planned for the new shop. As for welding, I got a little, I can't remember what the thing's called. It's like, it's one of those little diversion 175 or 165 TIG welders. Back when I was making Ghostbuster pack parts, I wanted to learn how to TIG weld, so I got a TIG welder and learned how. It was a little bit tricky at first, but got the hang of it. So-so. What else? Let's see. As far as storage goes, a bunch of wood storage up there. I put that heater in there during the winter, which was pretty awesome. More storage up there. I don't like to store too much stuff, but I've got kind of like my little mold making cart. It's got a pressure pot and a vacuum chamber. And without pulling it all out, you see there's the pressure pot. And there's the vacuum chamber. You got the vacuum pump and the covers and blades there. That makes it pretty handy. Oops. Anyway, so you can just kind of wheel that thing out and set it up. And for power, I just put another 100 amp box in here, and I put outlets everywhere, all around. I got 220 running the mill here. I only have one other 220 hiding under there somewhere. But right now I'm just sharing that 220. I think that's a 60 amp. I'm sharing that one with the lathe, the grinder, and then I charge my Tesla with that one too. I just literally just unplug and plug it in. So I do a bunch of work in the house too. So here's R2 just chilling out here. So this place is a mess, but anyway, so got all kinds of power supply down there. One of my 3D printers, just this is a real cheap Chinese mill, but I converted it, put a new controller and new stuff in it, and it actually cuts really good. So probably for about $500, $600, $700, it's pretty functional 40-watt laser cutter. So what do you got here? We got just computers, obviously. Showing some of the projects I'm currently working on. Some of you might know what that is. Also, I've been kind of trying to learn how to make knives, so this is one that I got in the works. Just need to start sanding that smoother. Leftover raised blaster projects. Some electronics. I finally actually organized one day, put all the resistors together, and diodes and LEDs and level shifters and power connectors and Arduino stuff and parallax stuff. All kinds of Bluetooth, all kinds of just electronics junk. Nice set of little drivers. Good luck trying to keep track of them all. Just a bunch of random end mills and other stuff, other projects. These were kind of good for storage. Ghostbuster pack parts. I was gonna still build a couple more of those. Lightsaber parts. Yes, and these are all real. These are all real Graflex originals. Yeah, cool stuff in here too. What else? Another little office, but that's BB-8 in the works, or maybe not. Started in that one point. Yeah, there's another little office, more computer stuff, more R2D2, second R2D2 frame stuff down there. Another workstation I use sometimes. That's another Formlabs Form 1 printer. This one's a little SLA printer for more detailed parts. Well, Proton Pack hiding back there. I'll do a video on this one sometime, but I built this thing completely from scratch, including fiberglass mold and everything for the actual pack shell itself and whatnot. Alright guys, I told you this video is going to probably be all over the place, and it was. So anyway, I guess it's kind of a shop tour, a little bit of an update. I'm going to be continually making prop stuff, so if you're interested in watching the prop stuff, there's going to be a bunch more of that. I got some new projects and some new runs that I'm about to start working on. I'm kind of just getting into the knife stuff for fun. There's a bunch more robotics and other kinds of, other kind of prototyping work I got in the works, as well as just getting this new shop, moving in and getting a new machine and getting that set up. So I think there's going to be a lot of content coming in the future. If there's anything specific you want to see, let me know. I'll try to, deal with it. I don't feel too bad that the videos are all over the place because, again, the whole point of this was just to, document, my processes and, what I'm going through and what I'm learning and who I'm learning from. And if I can get you some information, cool. So, if you're interested, keep following, share, like, and you can also find me on Instagram. It's just S2Jesse, so at S2Jesse. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.